everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing the top 5 best and top 5 worst Wings of Fire character names. In a fantasy book series with tons of characters, there are bound to be some super creative names, and some not so great ones. So today, I'll be ranking some of the best and worst character names in the series. We'll start off with the worst, that way we can end things off with some of the most epic and creative names I never even would have thought of. Before we start the video, a huge shout out to my patrons, DragLover95, Springtail Productions, and 3 Moons. Thank you so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below, as well as a link to my Patreon page. You can support me through monthly tiers to provide all sorts of cool rewards, like one of your own what-if ideas being used, shoutouts in every discussion video, early access to thumbnails and other content, and so much more. I'd really recommend checking it out. Every patron really helps me out. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting things off the worst character names list, we have 𝙈𝙤𝙁𝙁 at number 5. 𝙈𝙤𝙁 is a leafwing of an unknown gender who is introduced in the Poison Jungle. And 𝙈𝙤𝙁 is a kind of fruit-bearing tree, but I have to admit, for a dragon's name, it's just a little bit goofy, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really roll off the tongue well, but hey, it's not the worst name in the world. Coming in at number 4 is Festoon, a silkwing in the Lost Continent. Festoon themselves are actually really pretty, but not the name they have, so it's probably not the best name to give a flame silk. It is pretty fun to say, though. Festoon. Number 3 is Warf, probably one of the worst names to be given in Wings of Fire. I mean, seriously? Imagine your mother scolding you and just yelling, "Warf, I'm going to kill you!" in front of all your friends. Not the greatest intimidation tactic. And if the name sounds familiar, Warf was one of the Seawing guards who was sent to protect Fathom when he went to visit the Nightwing Kingdom. Man, would I love to see his job application. And the name is pretty funny considering his grumpy personality in the books. Yeah, I'm not too surprised why I named up that way. Poor Warf. At number 2 is Weevil. He was that annoying Highwing who bothered Luna and Blue in the candy store, so let's just say I'm not too sympathetic towards him. I think this one speaks for itself. Weevil? Seriously? How did you mess up that badly as a mother? Imagine just seeing your adorable Highwing dragnet pop out of its egg and going, I'm going to name you Weevil. What fun he must have been. And hey, at least the insect is ugly, so bonus points for him. And finally, at number 1 of the worst names in Wings of Fire, Earwig. Yes, this one is real. Earwig was one of the Highwings who Wasp abandoned because of her injuries in the Flames of Hope after the island fight scene. Earwigs are pretty gross insects, certainly not something I would want to be named after. Yuck. So, we've gone through some of the weirdest Wings of Fire names, but what about some of the best? I genuinely think that a lot of cool character names really deserve some recognition, because some of these are truly something special. At number 5 is Anaconda, the reigning queen during Darkstalker's day. Now this is a perfect name for a fierce reigning queen. We don't know much about her. I think we can assume she was a strong, powerful leader through her name and the time period she lived in alone. Kudos to Tui on this one. It really shows so much about the past way of life for the tribe, solely based off an intimidating name, and it is perfect for an ancient Rainwing. Number 4 is Hazel, the leafwing who briefly took over Queen Sequoia's position as ruler. I genuinely just love the name Hazel, and it fits so well with her personality, coloring, and tribe. I don't think there's a better option, honestly. I don't have much to say about this one, except for the fact that it's just so perfect and fitting. I love it. Coming in at number 3 is Moonwatcher, who, as most of you know, is the protagonist for Book 6. As soon as I heard her name, I found myself marveling at just how gorgeous it sounds. Even though she goes by the shortened version of Moon, her name is pretty regardless. One of the best things about Nightwing names is that they're accurate, so seeing Baby Moon reach out towards the 3 moons and her mother naming her based off her fascination was truly incredible. Moonwatcher truly is a magnificent name for a dragonet like Moon. I don't think there could have been something better. So we're almost nearing the end of this list. Here's number 2, Sunstreak. He was the first Beetlewing to approach Clearsight when she landed on Pantala, and ended up marrying her after she saved him. I seriously don't see people appreciating Sunstreak or his beautiful name enough. When I hear the name Sunstreak, I think of pretty shades of pink, yellow, blue, and gold scales rippling across a dragon. Just the vibes I get from her are so wonderful, and I think this is one of the greatest names in the series. Take a moment to appreciate how amazing this one is. And props to Tui for the creativity, especially in perfectly naming a dragon from a new tribe. And lastly, number 1, Darkstalker. Okay, now this is my favorite Wings of Fire name. While I don't totally like how the duality of the name doesn't really work, it sounds super epic regardless. Imagine hearing you have to fight a dragon, when you ask for his name, you hear Darkstalker. Especially when you add the word done in front of it like the Nightwings did in their fairy tales. Chills. Just chills. For an antagonist, this name totally suits him. No matter what Foe Slayer said she meant for his name to come off as, I still think it predicted his eventual turn from good. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. What are some of your favorite and least favorite Wings of Fire names? Were any of yours different than mine? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!